In the high-stakes world of AI hardware, NVIDIA often steals the spotlight. Its $3.5 trillion market cap makes it one of the most valuable companies on Earth. But while NVIDIA's GPUs have become synonymous with deep learning, those eye-watering valuations leave some investors asking, how much higher can NVIDIA really go? Enter AMD, the underdog ready to pounce. With a burgeoning software ecosystem, a valuation a fraction of NVIDIA's massive $10 billion AI commitments from Middle East titans, and a recent MLPerf version 5.0 triumph with its MI325X, AMD's case is building momentum. ROCm, AMD's secret sauce for AI developers. Imagine buying the world's fastest sports car, only to find out it has no steering wheel. That was the predicament for AI developers before AMD turbocharged its ROCm software stack. ROCm, Radeon Open Compute, has undergone a dramatic transformation, seamless porting. Early iterations required manual tweaks to port CUDA code. Today, ROCm's hip, heterogeneous compute interface for portability layer lets engineers translate CUDA calls into ROCm calls with near-automated scripts. Think of it as a universal adapter for deep learning frameworks. Framework integration, major libraries, TensorFlow, PyTorch, and JX, now include native ROCm support. Engineers can spin up an AMD GPU instance in the cloud, pip install Torch ROCm, and run existing training scripts with zero-code rewrites. Performance tuning, tools like MIOpen and ROCm Profiler help developers squeeze every ounce of throughput from AMD accelerators. You can visualize kernel-level bottlenecks, optimize memory transfers, and benchmark improvements in real time, like having a personal race engineer for your AI workloads. By arming developers with a friendlier, more mature software toolchain, AMD has removed one of the biggest obstacles to adoption. No wonder CTOs at hyperscalers now include AMD in their hardware tender lists. Valuation, a fraction of NVIDIA's dominance. Let's talk dollars and decimals. As of today, NVIDIA's market cap, $3.5 trillion. AMD's market cap, $232 billion. In other words, NVIDIA commands roughly 17.5 times more market value than AMD. That gap reflects NVIDIA's earlier entry, massive AI revenue base, and investor fervor. But high valuations bring high expectations, and translate into greater downside risk if growth stumbles. Contrast AMD's sub-$200 billion valuation. Even if AMD's AI revenues accelerate tenfold, the stock could still look attractively priced relative to NVIDIA's lofty multiples. It's like buying a shiny new mid-level sports car for half the price of a top-tier supercar. Same basic thrills, and room to appreciate. When too big becomes too risky. Sympathy for the mighty GPU giant? Sure, NVIDIA's been a spectacular winner, but even champions have their limits. Mammoth expectations. Investors expect triple or quadruple-digit AI revenue growth indefinitely. Any guidance reset or AWS instance delay can spark vicious sell-offs. Regulatory scrutiny. As NVIDIA pushes into data centers, autonomous vehicles, and even robotics, antitrust concerns and ship export controls add complexity. Supply chain strains. With contracts spanning automotive, healthcare, and telecom alongside AI, NVIDIA's inventory juggle becomes a delicate high-wire act. One misstep can inflate component costs or delay launches. In contrast, AMD's leaner size gives it greater operational agility and a lower bar for success. Investors who've seen AMD's Ryzen and EPYC turn into capacity-constrained blockbusters know that smaller players can still steal share from market behemoths, often at break-even valuations. By the way, if you are benefiting from the content so far and want more like this, like the video, it means much to me. Hit the subscribe button, turn on the notifications bell, and comment the word more. Just go ahead and type the word more so I know. Now that you have commented, let's continue. AMD's compelling alternative. Here's where the plot thickens. AMD brings its own strengths to the AI table, diverse product lines, from mainstream Ryzen CPUs to high-performance EPYC server chips and now MI series AI accelerators. AMD boasts an end-to-end portfolio. Customers appreciate single-vendor solutions that integrate CPU and GPU scheduling, memory pooling, and unified system management. Platform synergy. AMD's APU, Accelerated Processing Unit, strategy, combining CPU and GPU dies on one chip, could power future AI inference devices, edge servers, and desktop workstations. This flexibility helps AMD pitch cost-effective AI bundles, not just standalone GPUs. Cost leadership. In HPC centers where thousands of accelerators run day and night, a 10 to 20% price advantage per unit leads to millions in savings. AMD leverages that in its bids, undercutting NVIDIA for volume deals without sacrificing performance. This combination of breadth, integration, and cost competitiveness makes AMD more than a distant second. It positions the company as a credible dual-vendor partner for enterprises hedging their AI bets. $10 billion Middle East AI bet. Here's the headline that grabbed everyone's attention. AMD has secured $10 billion in AI commitments from major Middle East entities, including sovereign wealth funds and national cloud providers. These partnerships target data center build-outs, greenfield hyperscale parks powered by EPYC CPUs and MI-series accelerators, promising petaflops of AI compute for smart city projects and energy modeling. National research initiatives. Governments aim to build AI research hubs rivaling Silicon Valley, focusing on Arabic language LLMs, oil and gas optimization, and climate simulations. Cloud service launches. Local hyperscalers will offer AMD-backed GPU instances. AMD Vertex AI. To regional customers, boosting adoption among enterprises reluctant to trust foreign megaclouds. This $10 billion commitment isn't vaporware. It involves multi-year procurement schedules, co-invested data center builds, and software integration roadmaps. When the first racks of MI325X accelerators spin up in Riyadh or Abu Dhabi, AMD's revenue runway gets a rocket boost, and its credibility on the global AI stage soars. MI325X MLPerf version 5.0 showdown. If hardware is infinitely debatable without standardized metrics, MLPerf version 5.0 is the ultimate proving ground. AMD's Instinct MI325X flexed its muscles, top scores in inference. In key tests, like ResNet 50 and BERT inference, the MI325X delivered near parity with NVIDIA's latest H100, while consuming 20 to 30% less power. Data center operators love that kind of energy efficiency. It translates directly into lower operating costs and greener PUE, power usage effectiveness, ratings. Competitive training benchmarks. For transformer training workloads, the MI325X closed the gap to within 10% of NVIDIA's performance, often at a lower list price. The A100 class GPUs might still boast raw firepower, but the MI325X's sweet spot on performance per dollar makes it a compelling choice for budget-conscious labs. Mixed precision and sparsity. AMD leveraged mixed precision FP8/INT8 capabilities and dynamic sparsity support, features NVIDIA pioneered, to accelerate inference on hyper-tuned LLMs. By embracing these innovations, AMD signaled it's not merely copying but co-innovating in AI. When a challenger wins head-to-head benchmarks under MLPerf, recognized by the industry as the gold standard, it's akin to an underdog boxer scoring a knockout in the first round. Tech buyers and investors take notice fast. How these catalysts could skyrocket AMD. Combine ROCm's maturity, the valuation gap, the Middle East deal, and the MI325X's performance wins, and you get surge in AI revenues. Data center and AI accelerator revenues could double or triple over the next 12 to 18 months, as AMD scales global deployments. Multiple expansion. As AI revenues grow, AMD's valuation multiple could re-rate from low teens EV/EBITDA toward NVIDIA-like territory, unlocking billions in market cap upside that could symbolically 500x AMD. Did you know that aside AMD stock, someone has invested in you? John 3 verse 16 tells us that for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish but have everlasting life. If we fully obey the Lord, the Creator of heaven and earth, and carefully follow all his commandments, He has promised to set us high above all the nations of the earth. Deuteronomy 28. We shall be blessed when we come in and when we go out. I appeal to you to accept God and let Him be your guide, for He will never leave you nor forsake you. Do not be afraid, do not be discouraged. Deuteronomy 31 verse 8. Want more information? Please check the description section. That's the end for now. If you have watched until the end, drop a comment like this: I stayed until the end. Just comment that I stayed until the end. When I see this comment, I will give you a heart. 3 more favors I request from you. First, like this video, subscribe and then turn on the notifications bell. If you do this, you greatly encourage me to continue bringing to you insightful content. Do not miss out on our future videos full of insight. All I am asking is your subscription. Thanks for joining us today. Your support means so much to us. Do not hesitate to share this video to help someone who may benefit. I recommend that you watch the next video, subscribe to the channel and share your thoughts about today's video. Wish you God's blessings and care. Faith and prayer will do what no power on earth can accomplish. See you in the next video by God's mercy.